All right, welcome back to another monster movie every day for October 2022. For October 24, we have She Wolf of London or She Wolf of Cleavage from this set, from the 30 movie set. So from 1946 on Blu ray. All right, it's always fun to see the font on these things. Look at that. Look at that fancy She Wolf of London font. Also, check out how long this movie is. 1 hour, 1 minute, and 16 seconds. Nice. All right, as far as Blu ray quality goes, this is a lesser quality one. There's a lot of speckles and scratches throughout the whole thing. And this opening scene, I was like, whoa, this is probably the speckliest and scratchiest like interior scene. A lot of the exterior, like far away scenes are often scratchy because there may be stock footage, but this is an interior one of the actual movie. Look how speckly it is. I don't know if you can actually see it in the film. Yeah, you can. They're coming up. Anyway, I feel like it's pretty speckly and scratchy. I think the whites might be a little blown out. I mean, they always look blown out on my phone. There you go. But I think the whites might be a little blown out in this one. Also, the sound does this thing where it gets not crackly. What's the word for it? Almost like it wants to buzz sometimes, which makes it sound like a not very good soundtrack. Um, Overall, it's the image is very watchable and it's still better than a DVD, but it's not as cleaned up as some of the other restorations. Probably because it was a B movie, which means it played second in a double feature when it came out. All right, this is a fun line. I actually didn't know about Penny Dreadfuls until this, and then I went and read about it. But listen to this.
Certainly you don't believe those newspaper stories about werewolves. That's just sensational trash, the sort of thing one reads in Penny Dreadfuls. If one reads Penny Dreadfuls.
Nice. Well, I want to read Penny Dreadfuls now. All right, this part is actually super disturbing. Listen to this kill noise. This is pretty crazy. Listen to this thing.
More like lost wolves looking for someone to tear to pieces.
Yeah, it's horrible, ain't it?
They do say the howling of a dog means death.
Well, in that case, half of London must be a death store at this minute.
That's no dog.
That is an awful, horrible, gargly murder sound. I mean, this guy's face totally sums it up. All right, so you've got the head housekeeper lady. Then you've got the lady who's about to get married to that dude talking about the Penny Dreadfuls. And then you have her daughter is also there. And then there's like another older lady that works at the house. And no men, so they have a bunch of dogs to protect them. German Shepherds, barky ones. But this girl is saying in the morning that all of her stuff's all muddy and that she has blood on her hands. So she's like, what happened? And this lady's just like, oh, it's probably nothing. Let's just go about our day. And it's like, suspicious. I'm going to totally spoil this movie, so just FYI. It's like a mystery horror. And it kind of spoon feeds it to you a little bit, so I think you can figure it out pretty quick, but I think I'll just spoil it here. So pretty much the lady who's about to marry this guy is being kept inside and she's sick and she's all afraid because these killings keep happening and then her clothes are muddy and so they're keeping her inside and they're not letting her fiance come visit her. And then he ends up hanging out with the daughter of the main housekeeper, who she's also in love with some other guy that works at an apothecary or something, but her mom is totally like interfering with that relationship. So you can tell her mom is very meddling. All right, they went to town with the fog machines in this part. Look at this. Look at this cool shot. Walking through the fog. So this guy went over to the house to investigate what's going on with their dogs. And the head housekeeper lady was just like, oh yeah, nothing's going on here. All right, so I guess I write a lot. This is possibly a first in this series. Blood. Look at that. Look at that blood. So much blood. He's like, she's got me. She's gonna kill me. Anyway, there's a lot of blood, and that's it's pretty rare in these things. So this girl finds a bloody garden hand tool, one of those ones that's like this, and under her bed and more muddy clothes. And so she just totally is convinced that she's a werewolf. And this guy's all bummed because all the people in the house won't let him visit. So he basically comes and takes her on a ride. But she totally freaks out and breaks down. So she's really starting to crack. All right, no offense to my English friends, but apparently these bobbies were all unarmed up until this point because the guy makes a deal to point out that they've been issued weapons to be able to shoot if they need to. And he's telling them what's going on, but listen to this.
You've been provided with firearms for this emergency. Let's start patrolling at once.
All right, men.
It's like, really? So your plan in patrolling the park for werewolves was you were going to slap them or hit them with your hitting stick until someone else got murdered? Then you're like, oh, we better hand out guns. It's like, cool, way to keep the park safe. So bruh here's getting sick of all this nonsense. So he decides to follow whoever's sneaking out at night to see what's going on. So there's another scraggly, scary sound and this person sneaking off in the background.
What's happened, sir?
I was sitting on the bench, and this woman, or whatever it was, howled in there and grabbed me by the throat.
So there's another attack. The dude followed the girl out. He's putting two and two together.
There! There
All right.
she is now.
After her, men, after her.
So she runs off.
Did you get a look?
Then this girl shows up in similar clothing. So then the next day he shows up at their house to interrogate this girl. This is the daughter of the housekeeper lady who's been all manipulating. Also, watch when he goes to sit down, he moves the chair like an inch. It's great. Check it out.
Quick thinking.
Look at.
Did you know that I saw you leave the house last night and followed you?
Anyway, this guy's supposed to be like a lawyer and really smart, and he's like, I think you're the werewolf. And it's just like, are you? Oh, it's just really, the thing runs off that way, and then she just pops around the corner, and it's like, it's you. And it's like, I don't know about your reasoning, guy. But us as the audience can rule her out of being the werewolf woman. All right, so he continues his detective work, and we're pretty much going to get a following chain going on here. It's pretty funny. So you got bruh following the daughter of the housekeeper, and then you've got the boyfriend of the girl also following. So you got all kinds of people following, watching each other, following each other. Like so. So these guys are going to figure out what's going on. So everyone's following everybody. Also, the girl who's been reading werewolf books and getting herself all freaked out has taken the evidence and is going to confess. Well, she did confess to the lady, that's why she's leaving, that it was her. And so that lady's going to talk to police. And then these two dudes are following her in a big following chain. But yeah, she had all the bloody clothes and everything and showed it to her. So with everybody on their way out of the house, that leaves the mom of the lady, the mom of the lady that's going out to tell the police, and it leaves the girl who's supposed to get married, like Phyllis or whatever her name is. Anyway, the whole movie she's been like, here, have some more milk, it'll calm you down. But we have suspicions. My wife's like, she's drugging her, and it's like, yeah, probably. So here she is, hiking up the stairs to jam some more milk into her. Sorry, that sounded gross. All right, so as is the tradition, we have about 5 minutes left, so stuff's gonna start going down. And this girl, the other like servant lady, is following her to see what's going on. Look at her. Look at that following face. Here she goes. So you have kind of nice meandering music, and then you've got a Dutch angle being like, feel uneasy. Dutch angle swings the other way, and in she comes. All right, and then this huge, humongous, climactic confession goes down, because that's the kind of movie this is. It's people get murdered off screen, and then big emotions happen. So check this out.
I feel terribly sleepy. As if I'd been drugged.
Right. I drugged you. So, no, Phyllis. I'm going to kill you.
Look at this sweet girl, who is obviously not the 9 miles of cleavage girl from the poster. But yeah, this lady totally wants to kill her. And she's confessing it, and it's terrifying right here. But yeah, she wants to kill her so that she can stay in the house and inherit it and stuff. So she totally starts like confessing and all this stuff. But look at this. She starts pulling. She's got a knife. You can see the handle sticking up out of her shirt a little bit. She's going to start slowly pulling it out of there. And she's just like shaking. Anyway, her right here is really terrifying and scary.
Park, tell you to believe you did it.
Oh, no.
Later, I killed that meddling fool from Scotland Yard because he was getting too close to the truth.
Anyway, she totally confesses everything. It's totally scary. And the lady's listening outside the door. You can see she's busted the knife out. And she's like, I'm going to make it look like a suicide. And she's like, I know what you did last summer. And she's like, oh, I'm going to get you. And then they have a climactic chase scene. Okay, then you have, she says she's going to go for the police. And then you have an old lady on old lady chase scene here. Through the house. Running with a knife is not safe, by the way. Oh, no. Oh, no. She stabbed herself. This whole movie has been a
What's
lesson.
happened here?
It's all been building up just to tell children, don't run with knives or go in the park when it's foggy and dark by yourself. Yeah, she falls down the stairs and totally knives herself, which leads to my theory. I don't think there's a werewolf in this movie at all, because every time she goes out, she just has her little hood on, and then that garden tool was bloody. I think she was just out killing people, which is actually kind of more disturbing. And so I think her end had to be something like this, because normally if it's a werewolf, you can like battle them or bash their head in or whatever you do with the silver bullet. But her, she's just like an old lady, so they can't really like have a battle with her. So I think it's pretty amazing that she fell down and knifed herself. With 30 seconds to go, as per usual. All right, so the daughter of the housekeeper lady gets to be with the dirty, poor apothecary guy, and then this fancy eyebrow guy gets to be with this drugged girl, and everyone gets to be happy, and the she-wolf stabs herself. So anyway, this was a mystery horror, and it was a good time. It's an hour long. It was, let's see how I ranked. Yeah, I ranked this about mid-level, probably lower of the mid-level ones. It was okay. It was fun. There was zero werewolf makeup or wolf woman makeup of any kind. So I think it was a really cheap movie to make. One more thing on the confession, when the lady's confessing to her, it's actually really terrifying and chilling and unsettling, which means that I was having a good time. All right, so this has been Monster Movie Every Day for October 2022. This is your October 24th one. She-Wolf of London from 1946, super B movie. Tomorrow, October 25th is going to be the first of a handful of Abbott and Costello silly movies. So it's Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein from 1948. So thank you for watching. If you've made it this far and are not subscribed, please subscribe and like and comment. And thank you. Okay, bye.